Hey guys, so we got another Darkest Dungeon video up, and we took down the Inchoate Flesh. Sorry, I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm not very good with my language, but so we got another boss down, either way, and I will give tips on that as soon as we get to that part of the video. For this first part, though, we are going up against some fishy type people, and I've given tips, I believe, on this before, but if not, here they are again. When you encounter something like this, ignore the snail. Go for the shaman in the back because he heals. If you can't get to him, the tank holding the shield is next. If you in the order, so it's shaman, tank, or tank and then shaman. Either way, ignore the spearfish guy and the snail guy. They do a lot of, well, the snail takes forever to take down, okay, and he doesn't really do much of anything. And the spear guy does do a lot of damage, but the other two are going to be a bigger pain because the shield guy actually shields one of the characters if he buffs them. And the shaman guy, just like I said, he heals. So
a decisive pummeling. Soothed, sedated. A powerful blow. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Soothed, sedated. The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
alright, so here we got some bandits, it looks like. So, or thugs, I guess we can call them thugs, because that's kind of what they are. You have a gun guy, you have a guy with blades, and then you have a guy with a whip, okay? The big, bulky guy with the huge life is the guy with the whip. Alright, so basically kill order, kill the guy with the gun, because he does AoE damage. Not a lot, but it can be painful. And then kill the guy with the daggers, okay? The guy with the dagger can hit as hard as like your highwayman, which is the second character that I have behind our the man-at-arms is what it's called, or man of arms or something like that. Yay, brain glitch. Behind our tank, okay? And he can hit really, really hard. So we do gun guy and then blade guy, or you can do blade guy and then gun guy, whichever, and then leave the big hulky guy to last. So basically with this, you're gonna want to carry some range with you. And it's kind of weird, like in your parties, you generally want like a you want a tank, you want a healer, and you want a range. And then you can either have a melee guy behind like The second position can either be another range guy or another melee guy, whichever. But generally you want to make sure to, like I said, have a tank, healer, range. Range is like, I don't know, it's weird. As I'm playing this game, range is like so important. Range and TOTs, which is damage over time, for those that don't know.
Mortality clarified in a single strike. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. A momentary abatement. Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. And summoning rites had begun to ebb, as each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome. The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone. A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. Decimated. Obliterated. A momentary abatement. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze. The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. The ground quakes. Inspiration and improvement. Squirming, contorting, and ever expanding. This horror must be unmade.
Alright, so we are up to this thing that basically shapeshifts. It looks like a pig, but it's a lot of skin and bones and whatever. Pieces of everything, anything in between, and it is gross. Like, so gross. But here's my tip, guys. Alright. Carry something that causes damage over time. In my case, it's my Jester, okay, because he does a bleed effect. You can also probably use a Plague Doctor if you have one. Hit the back 2 parts. There's always 4 parts, okay. Hit the back 2 parts, which you can see in this very starting part. It's like these tentacle looking things. You can ignore the head of the monster. All I know for that is that it does damage, but it's not a really big deal. What is a big deal is that pink stomach looking thing. It heals the monster. Sometimes when the monster shapeshifts, there can be 2 of those. You need to hit it as much as you can. Focus on that, like focus down on that, because you need the monster to shapeshift out of that, because it will just keep healing him. So that's the most important part. Just keep going at that stomach type looking thing so that the monster doesn't heal.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born. Perched at the very precipice of oblivion. This is no place for the weak or foolhardy. teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
It is as grotesque in death as it was in life.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.